What's going on YouTube? Nicko here with a guitar lesson here. The lesson I'm going to teach today is Otherside by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Red Hot Chili Peppers is my favorite band, so I figured this is one of the first songs I learned on the guitar, after learning chords of course. So I figured I'd teach you guys how to play it. There's only really 3 parts to this song, and actually I'll even show you the solo. So what you want to do is first you want to put your first finger on the 7th fret of the A string. That's the first note. And really you're only working within this part of the neck right here for the main part of the song. Just from here to about there. It's nothing too crazy. But the first note, this is how it goes first. So that's the main, riff everybody knows. But your first note, so 3 on the 7th fret of the A string. And then you just move down to the D string and play 3 on there. So far. And this is where it gets tricky. So what you want to do is, from this, you want to go hit the 9th fret of the A string. So it's then dun 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 dun. So basically all you're doing is 7th fret of the D string, 9th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret of the A string, back to the 7th fret, then to the 5th fret. So all together. And he plays it different ways. I think the first part, you only go, I think in the second part he strums a couple more times, But then on the 4th time, I think it's the 4th time, but after he plays that progression a couple times, he goes to something like this. Oops, sorry. And all that is, it's the same progression, but instead of jumping to the 7th fret of the D string, you jump to the 7th fret of the G string. I'm sorry, the 9th fret of the G string. Instead of going from the 9th fret of the D string, you go to the 9th fret of the G string. Then back up to the 9th fret of the D string. So it's... And that's all you do for that part. So that's the main part of the song. That's like, the main catchy riff. So if you want to show somebody you can play that song, you can just play that part, So then for the next part, and by the way, you can play this song with chords. I'm not actually sure how to play it, but there's only actually 2 chords in this song. It's just the G bar chord. So that is the 3rd fret. And then the 5th fret. Of course, you can play this at open chords. You don't know your open chords by now. But that's the part, it's like, take it on the other side. But then when it gets to the, I guess you could call it the chorus, it's this nifty little part. So what you want to do is you put your first finger on the 5th fret of the the low E string, and your pinky on the 6th fret of the high E string. And you want to hit these. So it kind of goes something like, you hit it twice if you want. But then immediately after that, you want to slide all the way down to the 12th fret, and you keep this shape, and it's still 4 frets away. So it'll be the 12th fret of the high E string and the 15th fret of the low E, or the high E string. So low E string, high E string. I can't talk today. So So that's how you play that part. And that's really all there is to that part. And then after you play that, you go to the, you know. And then there's only one more part, and then there's a solo. So I don't have this plugged in, so it's not going to sound like it's supposed to sound. But for that one part where it's kind of it's harmonics and you have a lot of distortion, what you want to do is you want to put your first finger on the 12th fret of the B string. So all you're doing is you're just kind of switching these on and off. So your first fret on the B string, or I'm sorry, first finger on the 12th fret of the B string and the first 12th fret of the of the E string. So you kind of switch on and off, and you hit both of them. So it's. And once you play that a couple times, you want to go into the solo, which I'll teach you now. And the solo is actually really, really simple, especially for a Chili Peppers song. You wouldn't think it'd be simple, but what you want to do is, and I apologize for my teaching. This is my first video teaching, so I'm gonna get better at it. I promise. So what you want to do is put your first finger. You can put whatever finger you want, honestly, whatever if you feel comfortable sliding. But your first finger on the 10th fret of the B string. So you play that 3 times. And then you go down just one string, and then you slide from the 10th fret of the E string to the 12th fret. So it's. You play a couple times. Then, if you listen to the song, you'll kind of know when he switches, but he switches from the 12th to the 15th. So the other is kind of just like this. And you can bend on the last one if you want. You can slide, whatever. Then it goes back into the. But those are actually the 4 main parts of the song, and that's all you really need to know, learn how to play it. So again, just practice this part. It's not that hard, really. And if you want for the second part where it switches from this part, you don't have to play that part if you don't want to. I mean, it will sound a lot better if you do. And you can also throw in something like this. Just like the kind of the switch and then back to it if you want. You don't have to. But yeah, it'll sound a lot better with an amp, I guarantee you, for this part. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. If you have any questions, just send me a message on YouTube. Thanks you guys for watching. This has been Nicko. Goodbye.